with the right drink in the bottle in case he returns. He's dropping hints, mate. Red Bull. Sebastian Vettel is returning. Max is leaving. Perez stays. You've got Perez and you've got Sebastian Vettel. Bro, yes. First, we have some talking points because there has been a lot going on in the Formula One world at the moment. Let's start it off with Esteban Ocon.
Yep, Esteban Ocon has well and truly been disciplined.
I think this has been coming for quite a while, and they needed a reason. They needed something to spark it, you know. I think there's been a lot of internal chat with Esteban. I think he's been on a disciplinary. I think he's had a few timeouts.
This looks like Gasly will keep his seat, which means we'll have an open Alpine seat. Now there is rumours going around the paddock.
Yes, there is.
That the one and only Yuki Tsunoda will be replacing Ocon, which is an interesting swap.
That's very interesting, but it kind of poses the question, who replaces Yuki?
Liam Lawson. But Jack Doohan is racing in FP1 for Alpine in Canada. And
his dad was on the Monaco grid.
Yeah,
And he said, we're going to try our fucking best to get Jack in F1, which I think everyone would want that.
I think this FP1 is huge for him, because with how the market currently is, and with that seat currently open, he needs to show what he can do in that car.
I think everyone knew that the driver market was going to be crazy next year, but now it's looking like, you know, potentially Liam Lawson, Ollie Behrman, if we get him. Who else?
I mean, there's going to be a few open seats, but one seat has closed. Sergio Perez has signed a 2-year contract. He'll be there until at least the end of 2026. I don't know why or who's agreed that.
That's a bit harsh.
I don't think Red Bull will win the Constructors this year. With how things are.
You still think McLaren?
Yep. Yeah. And I think Red Bull will get progressively worse. And then in a year's time, they'll be like, fuck, we need a better driver. We're not getting enough points.
Okay, well, it's funny you say that, actually, because I've heard some news.
Have you?
I have, yeah. And it's a bit of a bombshell.
Is it? What's it regarding?
And it may be slightly fabricated.
Okay.
But I'm going to go on record right now. Sebastian Vettel is returning to Formula One.
Not again.
He is, and I know which team he's going to.
Where?
I'm going to play you a video right now.
Okay.
He basically talks about how he's still young. And he is. Like, he retired very early. You look at the likes of Alonso and Hamilton. Vettel's a lot younger than them.
Yeah, but this doesn't confirm he's returning to Formula One. We can't keep using that narrative.
Well, listen to this.
Play me the video.
Listen to this, mate.
I'll make my own judgment, all right?
To seriously consider, I think, it would very much, of course, depend on the package. From an age point of view, I feel bloody young with all the, guys that I raced with, still hanging around and signing big contract, staying around for longer. Looks like I could have another 10 years in the sport. So, but I'm definitely, ahead of them in terms of keeping fit and energized, with the right drink in the bottle in case I return.
With the right drink in the bottle in case he returns. He's dropping hints, mate. Red Bull. Sebastian Vettel is returning. Max is leaving. Perez stays. You've got Perez and you've got Sebastian Vettel. Bro, yes.
That whole interview was to promote a drink.
What drink?
The whole round of interviews he did there was to promote the drink he's talking about. When he says the drink at the end, it's because he was paid to do interviews to talk about that drink. So obviously the narrative was that to create engagement.
Nah, I don't believe it. I think he's dropping a hint that he's returning to Formula One and he's returning to Red Bull. The birthplace of Sebastian Vettel. Where did he win his titles? Red Bull. I think we should move on to the Canadian Grand Prix.
Canadian Grand Prix.
What do you know about the Wall of Champions?
I've nothing.
The final turn at the Canadian Grand Prix.
Okay.
It's that awful wall where it's very easy. You have that like chicane thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can picture. We do it on the game a lot.
Yeah, and
The chicane I go straight over.
We'll put a history for you right now. At the 1999 Canadian Grand Prix, 3 world champions in the same race all crashed into that wall and retired.
Wow.
Do you want to know who they are?
Go on.
Why don't you take a guess?
In 1999,
yeah.
3 world champions.
Yeah.
Damon Hill.
Yes, which is your best mate.
Because he was the 1996 world champion.
Yeah,
year
which
I was born.
when you were born.
Thank you, yeah.
And he's your best mate as well.
Yeah, he is quite a good friend. Was it Schumacher?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, Schumacher. And Hakkinen.
No, it was Jacques Villeneuve.
Oh, Jacques Villeneuve.
But can you imagine that 3 people in the same place at the same race and they all retired?
How many DRS zones do we have? Do you know?
I don't know.
This year is absolutely flying. It was only just Christmas. But everyone needs to remember that at the beginning of next year, we're going to have Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Like, I keep forgetting, and then it comes back to me, and I'm like, oh my God.
And the Ferraris are looking unbelievable right now.
I know.
Unbelievable. Fred Vasseur.
I know.
Unreal. What a guy. Not only is he doing a really good job, he's like an absolute joker.
Great
and he's
guy.
actually someone who you'd actually want to listen to talk to because he comes with the stats and the facts and also the banter as well. Everyone has a bit of Ferrari inside of them.
Yeah, everyone
loves them.
As Sebastian Vettel said, everyone wants to drive for Ferrari.
Exactly. But then you look at a team like McLaren who are like really up to date with in terms of just like social media. They're just quite fun, I think. McLaren is like the fun team. And I think that's what Ferrari have been lacking.
Yeah.
So if Ferrari now have someone like Fred who can really like shine Ferrari in a good light and people start to love them again.
Yeah.
Or people who have just joined the sport and haven't loved them and now they do. It's just going to make Ferrari skyrocket.
We have our predictions. Once again, our fastest pit stop, our shock of the week, and our top 10s.
Should we start with the top 10?
Yeah, you go first this week.
I'll go first. In 10th, I have Lance Stroll. In 9th, I have George Russell. In 8th, I have the one and only Fernando Alonso. Wish it could be better, but the car isn't very good at the minute. In 7th, I have Sainz. 6th, I have Hamilton. In 5th, I have
Drum roll, please.
Leclerc.
5th?
Yeah.
What on earth happens to Leclerc this weekend?
Yeah, well, it makes more sense as I go on. So I put Perez in front of Leclerc in 4th.
New contract, bit
New
of spice.
contract, feeling the hype. You know, everyone geeing him up, saying you're going to do really well. So I think 4th is a solid prediction for Perez. Moving to the podiums right now. In 3rd, Lando Norris. In 2nd, the man, the myth, the legend, Oscar Piastri.
Okay, I can get down with that.
And in 1st, I have put Max.
Come back.
Yeah.
You think he's coming back in Canada?
Yeah, he is fuming after Monaco.
Is he? Is he really?
Pissed.
My top 10's completely different. In 10th place, Daniel Ricciardo. I think he'll just about sneak into the points. In 9th place, Fernando Alonso. In 8th place, Pierre Gasly. In 7th place, George Russell. In 6th place, Yuki Tsunoda, who is going to surprise everyone.
I wonder what your shock of the week is.
In 5th place, Lewis Hamilton. In 4th place, Max Verstappen.
In 4th?
In 3rd place, Sergio Perez.
Okay.
Sergio Perez is going to beat Max, and Max is going to be pissed. 2nd place, Lando Norris. And in 1st place for the Canadian Grand Prix,
We're going down under
his
again.
first ever win in Formula One other than the sprint, it's Oscar Piastri. That is going to happen this weekend, trust me. And that's my shock of the week. Oscar Piastri wins his first ever Formula One race. Look how good he was in Monaco. I mean, staying behind Leclerc that close, managing his tyres that well. I really believe it. And I think he'll get pole as well.
It was close for me.
All weekend.
It was close. I will say my shock of the week is also Oscar Piastri. I think Verstappen's back with a vengeance, mate. He's ready for it. He really is. And he's not going to let anything slip through the net. But I think Oscar, the form that he's been on, he's been so fucking good. He was so great in Monaco.
Insane.
The longer he has in a car with these upgrades, he'll just get better and better and better. And I think he will get second. I don't think he'll get the win.
Do you
I
not?
would love it if he does.
Well,
I really would. But either way, he's my shock of the week.
Okay, and fastest pit stop.
I went for Ferrari.
Ferrari? I've also gone Ferrari.
I've gone Ferrari with a 2.0.
Well, I've gone for Ferrari with a 1.8. They break Red Bull's pit stop record this weekend.
Wow.
So the Canadian Grand Prix is going to be hot, spicy, and fun for
You've
everybody.
been playing with your shiny little crystal ball in your bedroom, haven't you?
Yeah, I have been playing with my shiny crystal ball in my bedroom.
You naughty man.